Callum from Anam here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to cure a calabash or calabaza maté gourd. You can probably tell I've got some stuff already in here. Well, I did a whole video explaining it, and basically I'm going to be cutting between them so I can show you the method. But the audio messed up, so here we are again. I'm going to explain it all again. So the audio is okay. First, I'm very honored to be able to say this, that we love all our clients here. We've got an amazing community growing, and we really care about giving the best customer service. But this gourd in my hand right here, it's not just for anybody. It's a very special gourd for a very special person. I'm very delighted to say that a Premier League footballer has decided to buy this from us, and I'll be going to deliver it to him very soon in person. But I can't say who it is right now, so I would like you to leave a comment and either tag if you're on Instagram, or just say the name of who you think it might be, and who knows, maybe for the winner there'll be some prizes. So what is curing a gourd? Well, as you know, mate as a drink is all about care. You take your time out with someone you care about and you give them something, you make it with care so that you have a nice moment shared. Well, that's a bit like the curing process, because we have to care for our products, because as long as they're made of traditional materials such as natural ones like wood or calabash fruit, then they're going to need a bit of time to adjust so that they're able to maintain themselves whilst we make mate in them. So that's kind of the philosophy of curing. When it comes to wooden ones, it's a different process. In fact, there's a lot of different processes. You can even cure it with fire and whiskey, the calabash ones. I'm not going to do that. I don't have the right skills to be able to do that, I don't feel. However, there's a lot of different debates around curing nowadays. Is it necessary to cure mate? It really depends on the material and the quality of the material. With one like this from our premium line, I have it on good authority from our artisans that actually it's not entirely necessary to cure it. You could probably just drink straight out of the box and it will be okay. But I would still do it anyway. Why? Firstly, for tradition. It's something you do traditionally. But secondly, just to avoid to the highest degree, possibility that the calabash fruit rots or dries or breaks, or that fungi grows inside. So essentially that's kind of the thinking behind it. That's why we cure a mate gourd. But how do we go about it? Well, you're gonna either want yerba mate straight out of the packet, new yerba mate, or if you already have been drinking mate and this is not your first one and you're not new to it, or you have a friend, some used yerba mate. These are from this morning. What's the difference? Well, realistically, there's not a whole lot of difference between it. The wet yerba mate, though you may not think it, I think it's better because it's already a bit wet, so it will help the gourd take that yerba mate essence into it so that it's ready for when you first make it. You're gonna add it until it's about 3/4 full with either used or dry yerba mate. Then you want to add your water, about 80 degrees, same temperatures you would use for mate. And you're going to leave that, obviously not to the top though, about a halfway. Especially if it's used wet yerba mate, because actually it's going to absorb a lot less because it's not dry. Then you're going to leave that to the side for a day. And the next day, you're going to come back. You can leave it either 12, but preferably 24 hours. The more time you take to cure it, the less chance there is that anything bad happens to your mate, and the longer it will last you. That's the thinking behind it. Okay folks, so it's now the next day. We've got our gourd right here, as you can see. And the yerba mate, as well as the actual fruit, the calabash that it's made from, has changed color. It's now time for us to get rid of this yerba mate, so you can do whatever you want with it. I'm just going to throw it on the ground over there because it's only going to do good for any plants. So, it's not important, like you can just throw it on, hit your own land, why not? But you can throw it in a bin, put it in compost, So I'm going to go ahead and do that with a spoon. Some water. You can do this under a tap, obviously. And then we're going to take, as you can see, so there's some green stains on there obviously, but the colors really change. It's got a lot darker, so we're going to wash that out, get rid of all of those little bits that are left. You want to give it a few rinses. It doesn't matter if the water is hot or cold. If the water is still green when it comes out, it means that you know, there's still some in there. So it's good to get that out. Rinse that out. There we go. Much clearer the water. We're going to take a paper towel, whatever you got. I'm using obviously toilet roll. And we're going to take it in our hand. We're going to dry the inside. It's nice and dry now. Going along really nicely this one. So as you can see in the coloration, there's a bit of a green stain. It will be different for every gourd that you cure. It's a shame really, because aesthetically that's not very nice to have that green stain there, but it's just how things go. So yeah, and we're going to do the same as yesterday. Use yerba mate from this morning, add it in here, and add a hot water. Now that's it. But after the final cycle is done, you want to repeat that rinsing it out process and drying it. It's like a tractor or something behind me, I don't know. You actually want to dry that with a paper towel, and then if you can, if the weather permits, leave it out to dry naturally as well, just to get all of that humidity out of it. It's a bit humid right now. So I'm going to go ahead and cure it for another day. And because my bombisha has a filter, spoon filter, it's okay. If it's not a spoon filter, shaped like a spoon, then I might want to use a spoon. I might actually use a spoon myself for this one. It's pretty decent. It's a good amount. Don't get any more in there. Let's use the bombisha, the straw. Pat that down a bit, make it nice and compact. Take off that paper towel. There we go. As you can tell, it's not the cleanest, it's a bit messy, but that is part of mate, isn't it? It's like, you know, the imperfections is what makes it perfect, and that messiness, that kind of, you know, you got this, like, yerba mate is falling everywhere, the used tea leaves, and it's like, for a lot of people, that's gonna be like a massive put off. A turn off from mate, you know, like you're not gonna want to be drinking that. But for me, it's part of what makes it so beautiful, that you have to put so much care into this to be able to use it right. Take my flask, 80 degrees water like yesterday. Whoop. Try and get this right. And yeah, essentially that is how and why we cure yerba mate gourd. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you would like to see any more tutorials about anything mate related, or just some talking videos, please let me know about what subjects, whether that be more philosophical or whether that be more practical in terms of, you know, tutorials and stuff like that. I'm also going to be making this video in Spanish on my other channel, so go and check that out. And yeah, what are you waiting for? Find your animal. Oh, and make sure to guess who the footballer is. That video will be coming very soon.